Hey guys, how you folks doing? This is Ricky. Thank you for joining Ricky's Corner, episode 1. I'm really excited. You guys could join me on this wonderful experience here. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank you for your feedback, for your requests and comments. It means a lot to me. Even the comments that weren't necessarily posted, but were conveyed to me, and I appreciate that very much. All right, so let's get down to it, right? Ricky's Corner, episode 1. First thing I want to do then is cover one of the topics that one of our subscribers wanted me to go into, and that's the GOAT discussion, which undoubtedly has been done so many times. But I'm going to put my 2 cents in, okay? Now, of course, we're talking about the greatest of all time. Specifically, Jordan versus LeBron. LeBron versus Jordan. There's really no comparison if you ask me. There really is no comparison. There really isn't a conversation if you're asking me. And I'm going to tell you why. And these very simple points. First, Jordan was the total ultimate competitor. Let me repeat that again. Michael Jordan was the total ultimate competitor. The guy competed at everything he did. Everything. And he excelled at most of those things. Especially, of course, on the hardwood. Okay? He mastered the game of basketball really unlike anything we've ever seen before. Whether in the air, on the ground, on defense, it really doesn't matter. What kind of contest, what kind of competition? The guy not only competed, but he won. And in doing so, he separated himself from all those other Hall of Fame players that he competed against. All of them. The 90s really is just Jordan's era. You don't really associate anyone else. Once he took the mantle from the bad boy Pistons and he faced Magic in that first finals, that was it. The guy won at everything he did. So let's quickly go over that. From college, he won the first championship for Dean Smith by hitting a game-winning shot with 15 seconds left. What a way to really start and make a name for yourself. He won coming into the NBA slam dunk contest. 2 of them. He competed in 3. He came in second to Dominique Wilkins, which was a tremendous all-time dunker, and he won twice. Where's LeBron in the slam dunk contest? How many years ago was there this calling for him to join and see what he could do, right? The guy could dunk fantastic with so much power, but where was he? Why didn't he compete? I'll tell you why. Because he was afraid of being embarrassed. He was afraid of losing and looking bad. But Jordan took it head on. And the guy has a 48-inch vertical. Did you look at his dunks? He really is to this day underappreciated. The way he just flies in the air. He just floats in the air. If you watch it in slow motion, you can't believe what you're watching. The guy had hang time. And that just put him in a class all by himself. So he won at that. He won Defensive Player of the Year. Only one of 7 perimeter players to ever do that. And I think one of 6 or 7 guards to do that. Did LeBron win a Defensive Player of the Year? You can make an argument maybe he should have, maybe in a year or 2. And I'll give you that. And of course, the chase down block, he's got it mastered down. But Jordan did everything on defense. He played smothering defense, risky defense. Attacking the ball for the steals, the block shots. He smothered you, and he played great team defense. Okay? Him, Pippen, and Grant were known as the Dobermans. And that's obviously for a reason. All right. And ultimately, he won MVPs on every stage. 5 regular season MVPs. Really, it should have been more. Maybe 7, maybe 8. Okay? You have 3 MVP that he got at the All-Star game. And you maybe could have made a case for a 4th even or so. And of course, in the finals, he won in the ultimate stage. 6-0, 6 MVP finals the guy got. Okay? 6-0. LeBron 3-5. Okay, so I'm glad I made that case. And also, I want to talk about something that really isn't in most of these conversations broken down about the GOAT conversation. It's not just about the numbers. It's not just about the players against one another and the teams against one another. It's about the impact that these players have had on the game. And it's indisputable that Michael Jordan's had the greatest impact in the NBA ever. Okay, you can make a case that the NBA is as popular now as it's ever been because of MJ. Okay, from the time he came into the league, the attendance shot way up. You had cable rights, cable packages, ESPN became a thing. And it rose with Jordan in the highlights, Sports Center. And of course, the global impact created by the dream team that Jordan was on back in '92 in Barcelona. That, my friend, is the reason why we have so many international players right now. Because they were inspired by Air Jordan and by the Chicago Bulls. And, of course, the NBA. But who is the man in the NBA? Michael Jordan. Okay, so I'm glad that we got that straight, right? The guy is transcendent, and he's the blueprint. Period. All right. Next conversation for my subscribers was the conversation between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. And this is a really good, interesting topic. Kobe really is the closest thing to Jordan that we've seen in terms of the ultra competitive, the alpha, the dominance, the want to just step on you and kill you so that you never again have the courage to try to stand up or try to outplay him. And he was willing to be the bad guy in many of those cases, simply just to cut your heart out. LeBron, I don't think there's ever been anyone who's done more with less than LeBron James. And LeBron James will retire from basketball as the number 2 player of all time or 1A. His longevity has been incredible thus far, and the guy is incredibly smart. He just keeps learning and learning and learning, and that's a credit to him. If you ask me in a game of one-on-one, one game, I'm going to pick Kobe Bryant. And I'm going to pick Kobe Bryant really all day because the guy had no fear. He wanted the challenge. He basically took the fear out of and just twisted things to the other player. He's like Jordan like that. So I'm going to pick Kobe Bryant in a one-on-one game against LeBron. In a 7-game series with the best of 7 winning 4, I'm going to pick LeBron James because I believe his body, a tremendous hybrid. He's a phenom. He's really a football player playing basketball. It's incredible. So I would pick him in a 7-game series, outlasting Kobe, simply just wearing him down and because of his versatility. And so, again, I'm going to pick LeBron over Kobe overall. Okay, next question. Or next topic, staying with sports. Let's look at the NFL, okay? So right now we got the Patriots, who I just absolutely hate, okay? Yes, I'm going to say it, guys. I love to hate the Patriots, okay? And the Boston Red Sox while I'm at it, okay? But of course, if I'm being honest, I hate them because they're so damn good. And I effing hate that, okay? And Brady, Belichick, cheaters, whatever, okay? But at the end of the day, they just keep winning, and they just keep winning. But something really, really interesting is going on. Now, they have this conference game, of course, against the Kansas City Chiefs, and this tremendous generational player, Patrick Mahomes, if I'm saying his last name correctly. So I'm definitely rooting for Mahomes for a variety of reasons. His first reason is because his dad was a Major League Baseball player. He was on the 99 Mets team, and he was a big-time impact reliever for the New York Mets, my favorite team. And Patrick was a little kid at that point in the clubhouse where he learned about, this environment and competition and so forth. Anyways, I'm basically rooting for him as well because he's 23 years old. Not only does he have the instincts, but the guy's intelligent. He's a quick learner. And in his second year, he's got 50 touchdowns, the same as Brady. That's just tremendous. And are we actually seeing not just the changing of the guard possibly in terms of Jedi Master versus the up-and-coming Jedi, but are we looking at transition between what we've known as a traditional type of quarterback? In other words, more and more, there's more of a fraternity of black NFL quarterbacks, more than ever before, and Patrick is leading that wave. So are we possibly looking at, if he beats Brady, if he beats the Patriots, are we not just looking at one great player passing the torch to another, but are we also looking at the actual face of the NFL quarterback also going through a transition, as our country's also going through a browning? Something to think about. All right. Now, next topic, Major League Baseball. All right, that's my favorite sport. I want to just go over quickly the Hall of Fame induction. Of course, you got Mariano Rivera, the best reliever of all time. Yankee great, yes, and I hate the Yankees, but not that much to admit, obviously, that, you know what, when you're good, you're good. And Mariano Rivera, no one really did it better, especially in the postseason. So he should get a unanimous decision, really. If he doesn't, I mean, I would be surprised. I'm also rooting for Edgar Martinez. This is his last year. I hope he's going to pass that 75% threshold to get in. He's really underrated. I mean, this guy, you know, for everybody in analytics, this guy has tremendous numbers, okay? Edgar Martinez, designated hitter for the Seattle Mariners back in the days, okay? A fellow Boricua, I'm rooting for you, and I think this is the year, of course, you're going to get in at the buzzer, baby. Okay, now also in baseball, I want to give a quick update on the Mets. The Mets re-signed DeGrom. DeGrom got a super raise through arbitration. I think a record. He deserves it. The Mets have signed Jed, this guy from Oakland, Jed Howery, if I'm saying that correctly. They've made moves with Wilson Ramos, a catcher. If he can stay healthy, because the guy seems to be made out of paper. But when he's playing, he's good. And of course, you got Cano, this is a second chance for Cano. We got to do a separate maybe episode about, you know, his whole context. But the guy can definitely still help. And of course, you got this young kid, Edwin Diaz, okay? 50-something saves, I believe, 57 with an ERA of 1.93. Kid is 24 years old. And he's cheap at this point. So let's go for the Mets. Let's go Mets. All right, also, Machado and Harper. What's going to happen? Are they going to sign possibly by Super Bowl Sunday? Let's take a vote on that. I want to hear what you think about that. Will Manny Machado and Bryce Harper be signed by Super Bowl Sunday? And if so, what are your predictions? What are the teams that get these two guys? Okay? I'm basically saying, you know what, Mets? Let's go for Machado. Let's go for Manny Machado. Okay, anyways, now, next, A. Cora. A. Cora, the winning Red Sox manager. First Puerto Rican to win a World Series. First Puerto Rican rookie to win the World Series, baby. Props to you, A. Cora, okay? Thank you, Major League Baseball, for continuing to, step forward and trust more in the minorities, okay? Giving us a chance. And look what A. Cora did. Fantastic. And he faced off against Roberts, another minority. Okay, fantastic story all the way around. A. Cora, I know right now, is a little bit indecisive about accepting the invitation to go to the White House because of Trump and the fact that Trump is now willing to maybe use the money that was set aside appropriate for Puerto Rico because of the hurricane for Florida and Texas and some other stuff. Man, you know, that's another conversation into itself. All right, anyways, that leads me into our political lead. Okay? The government shutdown, I believe it's in its 30th day. You believe this? 30 days where federal employees, the TSA workers, you got people in security, these IRS workers, all these people that work for the government basically not getting paid. And why? Because our president refuses to make any kind of deal that just simply says, let's open up the government, the basic function of the government, okay? Because of some wall to please his wild base, okay? That's just absolutely horrific. To keep these guys hostage from getting paid, where they got to pay their bills, their mortgage, their medical bills, etc. Let's now. What I heard was that he basically is trying to make a deal, him and the other Republicans, where they're going to extend DACA and TPS if the Democrats give him $5.7 billion. You know what? That's bogus. Let's do this, Mr. President. Open up the government, and then we can go ahead and have a negotiation about the wall and comprehensive immigration. Okay. Also want to do a quick, did you know that there's more women candidates for 2020 than ever before? We thought Hillary Clinton was a big deal, and yet she had a lot of baggage, but women president? Right now, we got Kamala Harris, senator from California, who I love. Okay, she's doing an exploratory thing, a potential presidential candidate for 2020. We got Elizabeth Warren, okay, the senator from Massachusetts. And we have Kristen Gillibrand, if I'm saying her name right, a senator from New York. And I think we got a congresswoman from Hawaii also. Tremendous ladies. Talk about girl power. It's been a record year with more women in Congress because of this blue wave than ever before. Okay? And this is coming from Matista, who's just simply evolved. You know what? We can't do it without the ladies. That's just the bottom line. Ladies, you girls deserve so much more, and things are changing. Okay, let's go with now a current event. I want to end things on current events, okay? So it's pretty interesting, right? We know that the Super Bowl is February 3rd. February 3rd. So my question is, I want to take a little poll here, right? What do you do on Super Bowl Sundays? Do you participate in a Super Bowl party, in some kind of celebration? You know, even if you're not really a football fan, you know, do you do something like that? Do you go to a friend's house? Do you go to the bar, the ale house? What do you do on Super Bowl Sunday? I'm very curious as to know, how do you celebrate Super Bowl Sunday? And do you think it's underrated? Now, as far as I go, I don't really watch the Super Bowl. I only watch it when the Giants play, or if there's a reason for me to watch it. Like in this instance, if Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City beats the Patriots, I will watch the Super Bowl. Okay, yes, I will. All right? But other than that, I really don't unless the Giants play. And when I do, we're just talking about, you know, some basic, some pizza. My daughter loves Pizza Hut. Get some wings, you know, have a few beers. Pretty low key. All right? So let me know what you think. What do you guys do? And the halftime show, Maroon 5, which my family loves. Check it out, Maroon 5. And by the way, they give great commercials, right? Previews of movies coming up and stuff like that. So keep that in perspective, as my brother likes to say. Also, I want to thank everybody again for your support. It's been an exciting ride all the way through. I want to also recommend a few things for you guys. You know, we just want to keep evolving. A couple of shows that I would recommend is the show by Jimmy Fallon that was held on the 15th of this month. Desde Puerto Rico. A great show. Jimmy Fallon actually did a show from Puerto Rico. And he did the monster zip line. You got to see it. You got to see that show. It's awesome. You had Bad Bunny on that show. You had Manuel Lin Miranda. Awesome. I really look up to that guy, Manuel Lin Miranda, the guy from Hamilton. And he's in a Mary Poppins show. He's really something. He's a poet. He's a rapper. I mean, the guy's good. And he also had a special performance by Jose Feliciano with Ozuna singing Mi Viejo San Juan. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And this is great chef guy from Spain who just stood in Puerto Rico. I think his name is Jose Andres. He did some wonderful community work in feeding the people on the island because of what happened in the hurricane. The guy is just tremendous. All right, so check it out if you get a chance. And also I want to recommend that you watch Bill Maher. I love that show. It's my favorite political show. You got comedy, you got realness, authenticity, and he loves bringing the opposition in. Which I say, you know what? Let's bring him in, right? Let's get out of our bubbles and have a real conversation. All right, guys. So on that note, I want to say thank you again for joining Ricky's Corner, episode 1. Thank you so much for the likes. I want to say have a great night. Hasta la próxima. Peace out, my people. Much love.